we'll kick things off starting with introductions and then hand things over to Alex as folks dial in. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sophia Arend and I'm a senior analyst at the Global Blockchain Business Council. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the GBBC's Virtual Members Forum with GBBC member Sensorium. For the coming months, the GBBC has been organizing these bi-weekly webinars to showcase the innovative work of our members around the world. And today we have the pleasure to be joined by Alex Blagirev, Deputy CEO on IR, Blockchain and Technology at Sensorium Corporation. He will be presenting and answering live questions from our audience on Sensorium's Multiverse, the milestones ahead of their global launch, the future of virtual reality, and how blockchain technology plays a role in this burgeoning industry. I'd like to briefly introduce Alex before we start things off. Alex is former Director of Innovations at Archie Financial Corporation, which was priorly the largest privately owned bank in Russia and was named the most innovative bank in Central and Eastern Europe, according to Global Finance magazine in 2017. Prior to joining Sensorium, Alex managed the development of R3 in the CIS region, including the initial launch of R3 and later the launch of several projects on Corda. He collaborated and formed partnerships with the FinTech Association, which was formed by over 20 major banks and participants, including the central bank. And he designed MasterChain, which was the first financial infrastructure for banking operations on blockchain in Russia, and included the first banking transaction for digital identity on a blockchain between 5 Russian banks. Alex is also the author of the first Russian business book on big data, which was the #1 bestseller in the analytics bookstore and a bestseller for 12 weeks. In 2018, Alex left the financial industry to focus on the development of autonomous enterprises for several other industries. And he is now working on the launch of this social virtual reality media platform, Sensorium, which we will hear about today. We'd like to welcome your questions at any point during today's webinar. You can submit them at the Q&A screen at the bottom of the Zoom. And without further ado, I'd like to hand things off to Alex. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much for introduction. So a lot. Good afternoon, good day, good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining the session. I will explain you about Sensorium, the evolution of social networking using virtual reality platform. Before I begin, I would like to show you the journey that we passed over 1 year ago. We started from the E3 possession of Sensorium. We had a huge stand, and I would like to show you before the COVID-19 how the people will react on the Sensorium, and then I will continue my speech and I will explain you more in depth of the idea of Sensorium Galaxy and the idea behind our product. Here we go. That's a bit sound delay, but it's okay. Because of Zoom, a lot of users. Give a couple of seconds. Sound wave will get soon here. So I've been in Los Angeles last year. It's a big session.
Right now? Why? Whose avatar are you?
Redpill's building a platform for the creation and distribution of social music experiences. What you see here is a work in progress, a working prototype of the core concept of creating a virtual venue. The ability to take something that happens physically at an event with performers, with DJs, and convey that inside a synthetic world. Have avatar as your playground.
VR events, we heavily invest in bringing people over and experiencing a live, well, literally a live stage. And we invest in pyro, in artists, in stages, in decorations, in dancers, and bringing that world onto a virtual world thus far has been quite two-dimensional. And with this new development and technology, it gives us the ability to really recreate the worlds we create and have it, well, bring it to people at home.
It's pretty awesome because it's probably like the first VR experience I had, which I was excited about. And it all feels like so natural.
I'm going to events for 25 years, and this was more real than the actual real world, so I'm still shocked in a kind of way. It will give the chance to people to connect and to do something together from Los Angeles or Paris or Moscow. One of the key parts for RRO is the interaction with the crowd. I think that a lot of our peers and colleagues from the industry, they will understand the potential of it.
Inside, and it was like another world, seeing people dance and how it could be interactive. I tried to climb up and get the red pill. One of those experiences that I think is going to change the game like tremendously.
Honestly, it's kind of like mind-blowing to me that this is where the gaming, like VR stuff is going. I climbed on top of the DJ booth. I jumped around. I teleported. I saw my friend in there. I think this is going to be the future for sure because people are already lazy enough as it is, like to get ready to go to the club. And here you can just put on like some sweatpants and dress your character up and already look bomb. So I love it.
It's so good. I went around the Magic Forest and I touched all the orbs and I played with as much as I could, and I went up to different people to interact with them and dance with them, and I found myself dancing in the VR.
See a lot of pavilions here and a lot of gamers and a lot of new games, but this is probably it's a future of the game, the future of the music.
Right, it brings them together in a very unique way that it's looking for that next hybrid kind of solution, I think.
So if you don't have money, for example, to fly to Ibiza or fly to Tokyo or fly in Moscow,
you can go to all places.
It's the same evening. You pay a little bit of money and you jump to another disco. It's amazing.
Avatar are you?
So, what is Sensorium? Sensorium is the evolution of social networks. Based on virtual reality, we're creating the atmosphere of the top music festivals. But this is not all. Let me show you the idea of product Sensorium, and let me explain you the philosophy behind of these creations. So we started our journey from the music, as you saw, together with a Red Pill company based in LA and Montreal. We created the atmosphere and presented the prototype last year on E3. And this was a really nice sign for the audience. Everyone is accepted and the feedback was highly positive. We got about 300 posts in media, on top magazines like Forbes, etc. People were expecting and excited about the Sensorium. But we started to go next and asking ourselves what we can do as a big idea, as a big product. And we came up with Sensorium Galaxy. Sensorium Galaxy is the multiverse based on 3-dimension entertainment, cognition, and experience. This 3-dimension is like hubs of different type of information where people can join, interact, be excited, share their emotions, talk to each other, make a dating, go to cinema, visit the concert, or even go to university or museums. We started our journey from the Music Planet. You saw the prototype of Music Planet with the top DJs. You saw the name, the big name, supporting us like Elro, Identity, Tomorrowland, Sensation. Those big names have festivals, about 500 festivals a year. It's about 7.5 million offline audience every year visiting those festivals. And we come up with a product for them. If they cannot go to the festival, they can join the Sensorium and feel the same atmosphere of the really nice music, really nice emotion, and the people and the top DJs all over the world in one place. This is what we see as a Music Planet. We invited the very top producer named Jan Pisenim, who is in charge and who founded two most famous clubs on Ibiza, High Ibiza and Ushuaia. Those nice clubs are very famous around the world. They are ranking top 5 last 5 years on the global worldwide magazines. And we invited Jan. He is now a producer of the Music Planet, and with his team of High Scream, London team, they're developing the art, atmosphere, line art, all of the ideas for how Music Planet can interact with users. So I believe that's going to be a really nice place to enjoy, to relax and feel the music, because the landscape on the Music Planet will be transformed and will be reflecting the music waves. If the music waves are changes, the landscape will be changed tremendously, and this will bring a really exciting experience to the users, which they never saw before. Maybe you remember the idea of Travis Scott on the Fortnite streaming. I believe that the Music Planet will offer close-like experience, but much broader. At the second planet, at the second location, we focused on the dance, which we call it Motion Planet. For these purposes, we developed our own motion capture studio, which was largest in Europe. We invited top dancers, and right now, while I'm streaming here in the room, just above, 3 floors above me, they're recording the dancers in the big library of the dance moves, and these moves will be available to our users. They can get these moves for free. Some of the moves will be extra moves, and they need to pay with our in-game currency Sensor token to get these moves. Both planets will be available by the end of the year, and I believe next February they will go public on the release date. 2021, February, you'll probably see these 2 locations. Our main partners are content providers, give us ability of big names to bring top DJs together, like David Guetta, etc. They're developing the top names of the nightclubs like Ushuaia, High Ibiza, and so on. So I believe we will bring really nice experience of the nightlife, of the music festivals, and the virtual reality, where you can interact, talk with people, enjoy, even make a date. Let me say from the technical point of view, all of the development is based on the Unreal Engine 4. And Epic Games is our strategic partner. We signed the agreement in December last year. We work together tightly with Epic, and we will soon announce a new collaboration with them. Please follow all the news, social networks to get to know more about Sensorium. The Red Pill before is based in Los Angeles. They're working together with us to develop the platform of social virtual reality, which will be available soon. And we will give the SDK to the developers who can scale the Galaxy with us and with Epic Games. But this is not all. The huge infrastructure of an environment of our partners network across all over the world is large. So we have a team in Chicago, which is based there, and they work with AI practices, generic algorithms. They make our NPC character act like human, no script. You can talk with your voice with them, and this NPC will act like a bridge, communicating bridge between you and the users of Sensorium. If you don't know anyone and you want to know much more about Sensorium, this NPC will interact with you, bring you into the atmosphere, and we'll let you introduce the other users if you experiencing problems with communications. We have a team in LA. We have designers. The famous art designer Jason Ebier worked for us, and he developed the avatars. We have a team in London, as I mentioned, High Scream. We have a team in motion capture studio in Moscow. It's a large dance studio. We're capturing the famous artists here. We have a team in Montreal and Austin. So it's really international projects. But Sensorium is not only about software. We started from the venues. We own venues. We have several venues in New York. It's Webster Hall, Paramount. We have a venue in Moscow, and you see it on the picture. This venue, we built it about 6 years. It's a top venue, combined 45,000 square meters, 20 different combinations inside, from the beach club till the nightclub, all together in one place. That's why we can reach any artists we need. We bring them to these venues, and we decide once a day to bring them live on virtual reality. And that's the reason why we came up with the music as a first step. So AI practices in artificial intelligence is very important for us. So we believe that this is the huge step further for the virtual reality, to use NPCs that will be acting like a human. They will be evolving inside, looking for your moves, interacting with you, and learning the way to act with like a human with you. So I believe this could be really interesting to grow up those NPCs together with you while you have a journey inside Sensorium. So the beneficiary, the key gentleman inspired by the whole story is Michael Prokhorov, the gentleman who owned the Brooklyn Nets and Barclays Center. He was focused on cutting edge technologies, and that's why we're here, because he invested a lot to make Sensorium come live. You see several line art objects. The first is the music planet, the motion planet, and the starship. Starship is already available. We released it this March. This year. You can download it on sensoriumgalaxy.com, a technical demo. By the way, after my speech, I will show you the movie of how it looks like, our starship, and what's inside, so you're going to be impressed. It's already developed, but again, this is a technical demo, not the final version of the product. But today, you can use our shop, go to sensoriumgalaxy.com, buy your own avatar, and try to fit your avatar items inside Starship. See the mirror, walk down, talk to NPCs, interact with Spaceship Station, and enjoy the atmosphere. We do not depend on particular headsets, so we work together with different companies. As of now, HTC, Oculus, etc. However, there is a constraint from the hardware side. You need a top PC as of now, but we believe this configuration will be decreased in the next year, and low cost and budget desktops will be available to use for the virtual reality. Of course, the people with special needs, we believe this is a primary focus also. People with special needs require special assistance, and we provide Sensorium for them to visit the places, talk with their relatives, enjoy the atmosphere of the same events that they cannot visit for some reasons. We believe that people with special needs will find the virtual reality as a nice environment for them that will satisfy all their needs. So, as of now, we believe we provide the product Sensorium Galaxy, which is free for everyone. We use freemium model, so everyone can join for free. Some of the content will be extra, so you need to pay for this content using our gaming currency, Sensor Token, which is already available for several crypto markets. You can go there, get Sensor Token, and go to our shop, enjoy the items and the atmosphere inside our Starship Station. As a first step, we believe we will provide ability to visit virtual concerts, also using your mobile phones. So this is so-called flat streaming. If you don't have a virtual reality headset, or you don't want to buy it still yet, or you have not decided, you can use your tablet or mobile phone to visit the same places and see the same people and enjoy the same atmosphere, except you don't have the avatar. So if you want to have an avatar and interact with environment, you will need to get the virtual reality headset. Why we are doing this? We believe that virtual reality is the next big future that will come up soon. We started our journey a year ago before all of the disasters happened. We saw that the prices for headset decreased regular, about 20% on average every year. We see the estimates of Goldman Sachs, careful estimates, about 40 million devices expected further because of 5G. So we believe that a lot of the audience coming soon for the virtual reality, and this is the big market. And we're focusing on several topics. The market of US, because we have an office in Los Angeles, we have a showroom in Sunset Boulevard. It will be soon opened after the COVID quarantine will be avoided. You are invited to join sessions. It will be live on YouTube. We will invite celebrities and going to be nice parties every Friday. But also we focus on Asian markets because Asian markets are growing fast. Crypto economy is going there and it's widely accepted. That's why we go there also. So those two markets are really primary for us. About our funnel, through our partners, we have a really wide partner list. We can target now about 500 million audience as of now. So it's 500 million people we can target through our partners. A lot, I know. How we can target them? Epic Games, our strategic partner, provide the ability to reach audience about 250 million users of Epic Store and Fortnite. So we're developing the Sensorium to give these users chance to visit our virtual reality worlds and enjoy that same very nice atmosphere that it was happening with the Travis Scott streaming. We're working with the DJs, like famous DJs, about 50 million followers every DJ. We're working with hip hop artists. Every hip hop artist have about 150 million users, followers of their social networks. This is the audience we will be targeting for. We're working with hardware producers. As a pre-installed Sensorium will be available on virtual reality helmets. In the beginning, Sensorium is almost free. You don't need to pay anything except extra content. So it's about $2, $2.50 a month. Altogether, it gives $30 a year. Not a big amount, right? So comparing to the gaming industry, it's 2 times lower industry average. We believe we can reach audience of 5 million people because we are investing in the content. We already invested $10 million in the content of Music Planet and Motion Planet, and we're planning to invest more in the dating and digital immortality. So the idea behind the gaming currency is Sensor Token. We decided and discussed internally, agreed that gaming currency cannot be exchanged to any tokens and any assets outside. So we discussed the idea, why not to remove this barrier? So we issued token, which was issued on Ethereum network. It's ERC20 standard. It's already released on several exchanges and you can get there. We believe as further, we will use blockchain to keep the content that users will be created, and token is a utility that can be used to exchange this content between each other. What tokens gives you now? Token gives you the ability to get a discount in a shop, about 20% discount. It gives you a chance to get a restricted locations that is not allowed for everyone. It gives you a chance to buy extra content, which can be available only for tokens. Comparing us to the market, you probably know about Facebook Horizon, you probably know about Second Life, Sensor, VRChat, and others. Comparing to them, we are working with AAA avatars. Means like we are really investing a lot in the content. Means like we are creating a high resolution avatars that you really can enjoy atmosphere and interacting with them. This is not like triangle, or this is not like a circle smiling, etc. This is real people like bodies inside virtual reality that we are creating together with top artists and top designers. We made a lot already. So we presented only 3. We made a Davos session just before the COVID-19. We already made a roadshow together with our investors and raised about $100 million all over it. But we're planning a lot further. We'll open the showroom, we'll present the office in Asia. We're planning to release the product soon in this year, and will be available in February 2021 for the public. So please follow our social networks to get latest news on the Sensorium project. And I will propose you to have a look on the video of what's going on in the Starship. The music is a little bit late, so don't worry. It will start with no music, then music will get in line in a couple of seconds. We're still testing online conferences, so everything is okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. So this is the Sensorium Galaxy, 3 stars. Every star have planets. And we will start with entertainment planet. Starship is a lobby where you can jump to the virtual reality world. That's probably so these avatars developed by Jason Abier, and thank you for watching. This was the Sensorium Galaxy Starship technical demo teaser. Soon we will release the product version. You can enjoy the atmosphere of Starship already. You can download the technical demo on sensoriumgalaxy.com. You need a headset to enjoy, and there is a shop. You can buy the avatars you like and the items you like and dress yourself inside the Starship.
Hi, Alex. Thanks so much. That was super cool to see how the project is progressing, and we've had quite a few questions come in. I think a good place to start is you hinted and you said that the VR market is steadily growing, and we've had a question come in about, in a post-COVID world and even during COVID, perhaps your stay-at-home audience is now much bigger. Do you expect an uptick in adoption of VR and in turn in users?
Thank you for the question. Yes, we expect the adoption of VR because the VR gives the ability to disrupt social isolation in the existing world. However, important is content. Content will be driver for adoption of VR. So the more we'll invest in content, the more the companies will invest in content. The the more we will see the adoption rate of the virtual reality. Because as of now, technology already is here. We saw last year the prices for the headset of Samsung, for example, Odyssey, been lowered by $99 for a device. So $99 for the headset, which is really low, means like mass market is really close.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely democratizing kind of access to this technology. In addition to that question, they asked, so what are some challenges that you expect or you've seen as you start to scale and your audience grows?
Well, designing of the content is really difficult work as of now. So first of all, the key challenge for us is to test the market, to test the audience, to test that they will like the product. And this will be, I think, the key barriers for the scaling.
Right, absolutely. Could you expand a little bit? There's some interest in hearing a little bit more about blockchain, your token. Why did Sensorium choose to issue a token? Why did Sensorium choose to use blockchain? We'd love to hear kind of your vision for, using it initially and for the future.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's really regular to have a gaming currency in the gaming, right? So we didn't have invented any new practices. So we just follow the general practices of the most games and virtual reality venues, etc. However, we decided to issue this currency on the blockchain, so to let people exchange their assets on the gaming currency. So they can get the currency inside if they're doing something cool. They're creating some atmospheric content, etc. So this will be exchanged on the reward, and they can get the reward on the markets and exchange something different. So that's why the reason was for us for issuing the token on a blockchain, because there is a wide community already. From the perspective of the blockchain, we see that the blockchain can be a network for the exchanging of the IP assets in virtual reality that can be created by the users. So which is called user-generated content. And I see that this is the future for the scaling of social networks in virtual reality of Sensorium.
Absolutely. It's actually, we've had 2 comments come in saying basically the same thing, applauding Sensorium's efforts to help folks with special needs, saying that in fact very few startups and companies focus on that. Can you give us an idea of the audiences you have in mind? You have what sounds like the concert, maybe club goer, but then also creating content for folks with special needs. What does that look like? What kind of audiences are you hoping to attract?
Yeah, well, as I showed in the funnel, so we have a really wide audience. This is the people who like the music, who like the music festivals first. This is the audience of the followers of the top DJs and hip hop artists. This is the audience, the people who like to go to the nightclubs. And this is the gamers. They want to get on some places like Burning Man, for example. This is the audience of the Burning Man, because we're creating almost the same atmosphere. And you're aware that Burning Man is going online this year, right? And so this is, so audience of the Burning Man, 7,000 people also could be the audience of the project.
Very cool. Say, for example, if you're someone who hasn't experienced virtual reality before or hasn't used a headset, how is it to become kind of familiar and comfortable with the Sensorium Galaxy? Well,
you can start your journey from visiting our website and social networks. You can get more acquainted with just seeing the movie that I just showed to you. If you had a headset, you can download the technical demo. You can log into your profile, make a couple acquisitions in a shop, and this will bring you into the virtual reality experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen famous venues around the world close their doors due to the pandemic, which is really signaling the importance of maybe these internet-based alternatives. And Sensorium seems to be coming at a perfect time with the launch. You have partnered with famous DJs, a famous ballet dancer. So are you expecting kind of maybe older generations who enjoy going to the opera or a symphony performance to also take to these technologies?
We expect that every generation will find something for themselves in Sensorium, because Sensorium is the place where people can talk to you, interact, and share the emotions. Sensorium is the place where we'll invent a really top content with the top producers, top DJs, very nice high resolution avatars. You're going to just enjoy the atmosphere in Sensorium. So I believe that every generation will find something with Sensorium, not just youngers.
Absolutely. And it'd be great to hear you explain kind of in layman's terms what you mean by virtual reality as a service.
Yeah, this is our offer for the partners, because we're expanding the partners list. Since we can develop the virtual reality environment, we have access to the virtual reality studios provided for us from Epic Games and our partners. So altogether, we can develop the locations, and the virtual reality as a service means like we can create the same atmosphere that is required for the business inside virtual reality if it fits for the Sensorium Galaxy, and the business can be a part of Sensorium Galaxy using virtual reality as a service for their needs.
So in that vein, we had someone ask, if I want to work with Sensorium, what should I do?
Can you repeat, please?
We had someone ask in that vein, so if I want to work with Sensorium, partner with Sensorium, what should I do?
Well, if you are the partner of Sensorium, we will give you the access to our partners list, and together we will soon announce accelerator on VR accelerator. Please follow our social networks. It will be happening in June. This virtual reality accelerator will give you the chance to get investment, to get offer to develop the locations inside Sensorium together with our partners.
What are you sort of, you're launching, I believe you said February 2020. What, correct me if I'm wrong on the date.
Yeah, that's true. We are launching the Music Planet and Motion Planet and Sensorium in February 2021 for the public release. It will be available, I believe, by the end of this year for the closed testing.
Excellent. And in terms of content, you mentioned live performances. So can you give us an idea of, in February, you're on the Sensorium spaceship, you've purchased your avatar, you've built it. Come February, what should users that have already logged in have to look forward to once they reach the planet?
Okay, it's very easy. Imagine like David Guetta is playing in Dubai or New York in a nightclub, but you want to visit his performance, or you want to hear his performance. Not using the YouTube, but you want to stand close to the David Guetta and see what he's doing with the deck. So this all will be available in Sensorium. At the same time can be performance happening.
That is very cool. It definitely seems like you're going to attract a wide audience, particularly now with more folks at home. The shuttering of these venues. We did have someone just generally ask in terms of, are there, they asked if there's an age restriction to accessing the Galaxy to different events, like you would maybe entering a nightclub, for purchasing tickets.
Well, we're developing this location with very famous names like Tomorrowland, Sensation, and so on. So all the restrictions apply. This is probably will be less restrictions, so we'll be provide broad access for everyone, except special venues. So special venues will require tickets, and the tickets will be available only for tokens.
Okay. And if someone were, say, for example, David Guetta has a live performance, does he come in directly into the Sensorium studio? You create an avatar for him, and it's like a pre-recorded situation? I'd love to understand a little bit how that works.
Yeah, sure. It all depends. I'll give you an example with the professional dancers, if you don't mind. Right now, the dancers above me, they're performing, and we're recording in a motion capture studio. You can see the same recording as a pre-recorded dance moves as a show on the Motion Planet. You can combine your own show with buying the moves from the library as part of the DJ. The same works with the DJ. It could be live performance if this is a special event, or it can be pre-recorded performance of David Guetta inside our studio while he was playing with his sets.
Super cool. Thank you so much, Alex, for everything you've shared with us. We'll be sure to send around the links to everyone who registered so that they can check out the Sensorium Galaxy, become a part of your project.
Thank you very much. Please join our social networks and follow our news. Keep in touch.
Yeah, all I'll say is thank you to you, and also thank you for your leadership as GBBC Regional Ambassador in Russia. We surely appreciate it. To the Sensorium team for today's excellent presentation. And thank you to everyone who tuned in today's webinar. Like I said, we'll share the information and we look forward to welcoming you back next week for a presentation with Steptoe and Johnson. You can also check out our other webinars online at GBBC's website, and you will have materials to learn more about Sensorium shortly. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.